My name is Loui McCurley. I am honored to have co-authored Rope Rescue Principles and Practice with Tom Vines. I started in rope rescue in 1985 with Alpine Rescue Team in Colorado, and I've also worked with a couple of different fire departments over the years. And in the early 1980s, I ran a nonprofit research and testing lab called Alpine Center for Rescue Studies. We were focused on field testing of rope rescue equipment and reporting that information to the world. Eventually, I joined PMI in the early 1990s to serve as technical director. There I worked in product development, standards, and education. Eventually, I founded PMI's training center, Vertical Rescue Solutions, in the early 2000s. Today, I serve as Chief Executive Officer of PMI. This book, Rope Rescue Principles and Practice, is actually the 5th edition of what used to be called high-angle rescue techniques. Now, that textbook was authored originally by Tom Vines and Steve Hudson and went through 4 editions before becoming this new evolution. Now, this was special to me because I really respect both Steve and Tom, so to work together on this book was super, super special for me. Especially because I've both contributed to and used all 4 editions of the previous book over the course of my career. Now, in this particular version, there are several key updates that I'm super excited about, not the least of which is that this is the first time a rope rescue book has harmonized the requirements of NFPA 1006 Technical Rescue Pro Qual Standard with the requirements of NFPA 1670 on operations and training. Now, this is a game changer for agencies who are looking to up their game in terms of operational preparedness, not just from an individual perspective, but also from an operational or organizational perspective. During the research phase of this textbook, I was particularly driven to make it as practical and useful as possible for trainers by separating out awareness, operations, and technician materials into their own respective sections, with the goal of making this book more usable for agencies to be able to train personnel at whatever level of knowledge different personnel and different organizations and different personnel within a given organization might need, without the instructors having to pick through the entire book to figure out what applies to their targeted training level. Now, so much has changed in technical rope rescue philosophy in the past decade, from methods and techniques to equipment and systems, and as a result, there's a tremendous amount of new material in this book. We introduced so much new equipment from several different manufacturers, and now with NFPA's emphasis on preferentially employing operations methods that don't require putting rescuers on rope with the subject, there's a lot of rigging and systems concepts that an agency can use in pretty much any environment that you're working in. Now, unlike industrial rope access, professional rope rescue is a team endeavor, and today's approach to technical rescue embraces the advantage of that. Looking forward to the next edition of this book, I guess I most anticipate building on all of the great feedback from trainers and users in the field. It was user feedback that prompted us to put more emphasis on loads and forces and the physics of rigging already. And so I'm super excited about adding even more for the advanced rescuer about concepts that affect the integrity of our rescue systems, assumptions that we maybe should make and don't, or do make and shouldn't, ideas that give rescuers the resources to approach rope rescue with an eye toward selecting the most appropriate method of response for any given rescue based on the specifics of the rescue situation at hand. Sometimes there's this idea that less is always better when it comes to forces and systems, and more is always better when it comes to strength. But as rescuers, we're so much better when we can understand the systems well enough to analyze all the considerations at play, not just strength versus force, that when we can find that optimum combination of skills and resources for a given rescue. Rope Rescue Principles and Practice provides rope rescue technicians with a well-rounded, practical approach to professional rescue. This is a book that can be used immediately to train the awareness level rescuer, the operations level rescuer, and/or the rescue technician in the necessary skills to immediately implement a reliable rope rescue program in any environment.